And so what I do next is put this tool on. A second. Alright, and then get this little guy, feed him back there. And all I do is slowly put this down. So you want to just have the keepers fall on each side of the valve stem. And then when you're down enough where those little grooves go in the slots of the valve stem, then you slowly go up, and then you'll have, can't really see it, but you'll have your keepers looking like this. If one's higher than the other, then you need to press it back down and then get those keepers out. Start all over. Oh, bless me. So I'm going to slowly do this, and then it's the same process all the way around. Nothing very fun about this. So instead of showing every single one, I'm just going to show you at least this one, if I can with one hand, and then do the lighting at the same time. Let's see how this works. Alright, I need to readjust. Lighting, come on. Try and have it so I could see and you can too. Yeah, she needs a little bit more. Just try it there. Hang on a second, sorry, kind of hard to get lighting in here at the same time. So if I can shine the light in there. Alright, now the keepers are in spot. So now I'm just going to slowly come up, and hopefully they stay in place. Man, it's really hard to get lighting at the same time down there. Yeah, let's see. Sorry. That's all there is to it. Sorry, I can't do this one-handed properly. But that's really all. Oh, come on. That's really all there is to it. Nothing too fancy. Just make sure that those are even. Oh, sorry. Make sure these are even. And it doesn't matter if there's a little gap on one side or the other. Main thing is if one's up higher or the other. But just repeat that process all the way around, and then you'll have yourself a head that needs shim buckets and then cams. Well, I got all the valves in for the passenger side, and I started putting the shim buckets back in. What I want to do is put the caps back on before I put the 3-bond on, and the rest is seals, and check the lash. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm going to double check. But the thing is, I totally forgot, when you disassemble these heads, there's a sub gear on the cam on the intake side. There's a I forget what the thread pitch is, but it's the same thread pitch for the valve cover bolts, but there's a little hole that before you take these cams out, you gotta put this screw in, and it holds this in place while you service it. So I have to go back to work. We have a special tool that will pull this around, and then I can put the screw back in. So I can't check the lash tonight, but I'm going to do that tomorrow, and so I'll get both heads done tomorrow. I also have everything else for a short block minus the pistons. And once Friday hits, I should have everything ready to go. And but yeah, stay tuned. The thing is, I'm still yet again learning. I have not taken an engine. Well, I've taken an engine down this far, but reassembling it, I have not. I've had an EZ30D here. I had a EZ30D that I was trying to rebuild. I had head gaskets, blown head gaskets, and so started rebuilding it. Sent the heads out to a machine shop, and while they were getting machined, I'm like, well, I'm gonna reseal the oil pan, as I didn't take apart the short block. And then when I took apart the short block, found bearing material. So I decided to just junk the engine. I went and bought a whole another one for like $950 off eBay, shipped, and it was fine until recently. Chain tensioners are starting to go out, so I get to replace those. Not a hard job, but I got to pull the engine out. Needs the oil changed anyway, so I'm not too upset. All I'm going to do is just zip tie the chains together and take the tensioners out and then put the new ones in. Should be good as new. And then I haven't decided. I might 5-speed swap that car. I might sell it. I have not decided yet. But so tomorrow I'm going to get those sub gears set up and then put this service bolt back in, and then start working on the driver's side, well, left-hand side head. And then hopefully Wednesday, actually I'm going to be working late tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. But hopefully Wednesday I'll be assembling the block itself. I have all the bearings and the plastic gauge. So I'm going to just check the tolerance, and if it's within tolerance, I'm going to put everything together. Well, actually, I'm going to first gap the rings, and then after I gap the rings, then I'll get going with the putting the block together. But yeah, stay tuned. I really don't know what I'm doing. Never really done YouTube. So leave your comments below, and to be honest, I'd like to answer every single comment that's down below in the next end of the video. Try to keep you guys entertained and just communicate with you guys. So if you guys like this, I'll continue it, and then give me some pointers, because I really don't know what I'm doing. Well, I mean, like filming wise, and like what necessarily you want to see, because I'm gonna go in very deep, as detailed as I can get for like just a average Joe, I guess. I do have the factory service manuals. I've been just following them. They're pretty easy. Yet again, PDF in the description. And then there's a lot of Facebook groups, SVX Nation, H6 Swap. There's a couple other ones. But I've always been fascinated with 6-cylinders, so I'm going to be continuing having a 6-cylinder in my life. But yeah, I was going to have the cams reground from Delta, but I decided to put that money into an AMR radiator. That comes in the 30th, which is tomorrow or the next day. Well, I'm excited to see that. Apparently they're good welds. I'm an ex-welder, so I'll judge that. But if you have any questions about Lucy or whatnot, just leave a comment below, and I'll try answer them in the next video. And only thing I have for you guys is just take it easy.